showing you how I turn my cream boots into these black boots. Originally, I bought these boots of ASOS, where I imagined it had a lot of potential, except the fits didn't quite go as well as in my head and on me, but the boots were comfortable and fit really well, which is quite rare from buying online. Reluctantly, I didn't want to sell it. I thought, why not customize? It's less wasteful and much more fun that way. It's a good opportunity for me to learn something new, and I absolutely did. I started out by unlacing these boots. Then I have a nice clean canvas to work with. If you're an idiot like me, I smelt it and confirm it's strong and fucking awful. So I was using the wrong tools for this one. Starters, those gloves and cotton balls, would not recommend. Took the process way longer than it should have been. I think I knew that I was doing it wrong deep down, but I got really frustrated and was like, oh, I'm gonna come back to this. With a bit of research, I did, and I found a solution. Remember those gloves I was talking about? Just the disposable ones will do, because the previous gloves were too loose. Other issue is that the boot needed to be filled, not hollow and flaccid. Giving yourself a desk to work with, or like putting your painting up on an easel. Next, I fixed the cotton that I was using for the deglazer. I'd recommend using the bigger cotton pads. So another mistake made here, as I like to reuse and recycle. Reusing the glove that I was using for the other boot, should have taken new gloves, because using these gloves has made a little mark. Could have been avoided. New gloves are so much better, just tidier as well. And it's easy to see what's going on without those smudges around. Cotton pads would leave a bit of residue, leaves a bit of lint. I just simply brush it off for the painting process. The painting side of it feels the most tangible in terms of progress. Start out with the shoelaces. I simply dunk in a lot. How else are you supposed to dye the shoelaces? To be honest, it worked exactly how I imagined, and now you get to use your wool dabber. I actually find this to be the most fun part. Finally seeing the color go onto the boot, it is the most satisfying part of this process. I actually only need the one wool dabber. I was reusing mine from the previous boot. I find that the wool dabber doesn't cover everything. I went in with a paintbrush to get the finer details. The last step is to use a finisher. Not only does it add a slight gloss, it helps seal in the color, and it adds protection and water resistance. Got to mention, between each phase of the deglazing, the leather painting, and this, I would let the shoes dry at least 24 hours or until completely dry. After you've applied your finisher and the boot is fully dry, I would then start relacing the boot. It's starting to look more and more finished now. By the way, this is the difference between a boot with no finisher and with finisher. Even though I like a more matte look than a gloss look, I was worried that the paint would come off. I feel like I could have colored the base, but I like a little hint of the old boot as well, peeking in from the bottom. Well, it's not perfect, but it is done. Quite happy with how it turned out. Love that it gives me more versatility with my outfits now. That pretty much goes with everything. That's it from me. Thanks for watching.